computer. Okay, right? Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. Kotoshi mo yoroshiku onegai shimasu. Happy New Year, right? It's January 2nd, the morning of. Okay. And let's see, Joe and Hikaru are joining me today to talk about the SFC Record Club. So, so to the uninitiated outsider, what is the Record Club? Hikaru, why don't you go first?
Okay, well, I guess the more practical answer would be it's simple. It's where you listen to records. But for me, I'd say it's like a safe place. I'd say it's the people there are cool. You get to listen to what you like. It's a safe place. You can be free. You can be whatever you want there.
Hmm. You can be safe and free.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you think, Joe?
Okay, so mhm. Well, by the concept, it's a it's just a place started by Professor David Henningman at the KOSFC. Well, it's kind of like a mix between a music hangout and a salon. Well, the idea is simple. It's just bring people together who love music, and listen to records together, and then just chat about whatever comes to mind. Okay, it's also a great way to meet other people who are into the same kind of stuff. So it's more than just listening to the music. It's about sharing and connecting through the music.
Hmm.
Yeah, in fact, I feel like that's where I met you, Joe. I feel like that's where I first met
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's where Matt, I think.
Yeah.
Remember the time when you bring the My Chemical Romance,
Yeah.
what that called the Black Parade here
Yeah.
to the record club? Yeah,
Hmm. So you guys met through the record club. So you're an example of making friends.
yeah,
Yeah.
Hmm. Good. Yeah, I mean, I think that's definitely its purpose, right? And so you mentioned like a place to be safe and free. So safe and free from what? What are you talking about?
I'd say, I don't know, man, it's judgment, I guess. It's like you can be like whatever you want. You can listen to whatever you want and people will just like flock around you and you can chat about whatever that's on your mind, whether it be music or not.
Do you think such kind of places are necessary? Are they lacking?
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's yeah, yes to both questions actually. It's lacking. I don't really see many of those places on campus and it's like a secret hideout, you know. I like it.
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
And part of my thinking, it was partially driven by COVID, right? From being off campus for 2 years and like finally getting on campus and like I want to like create like something fun we can regularly do to take advantage of the fact that, we're all coming together on that campus, day in and day out, right? Hmm. So, so let's see. To someone who doesn't understand like what it is, like how do I get involved? Do I have to fill out a form? Um, do I have to bring like can you explain just how someone who might be interested would get involved?
Sure, yeah, it's just you just pop in. You don't need to bring anything, just yourself. And like if you have records, you can bring them. You can even donate them if you want, but you just need to bring yourself.
No.
And if
So
you have any friends, you can bring your friends too.
yes,
Snacks maybe if you want.
no.
But what do you what's the purpose of listening to records when of course you can easily stream any music you want. What's the purpose of sitting down with friends and listening to records, right? So it's kind of Mendokusai, right? It's kind of difficult to get a collection together and to always have to change the record and blah blah blah, and you're always trying to find your record, the one you want to hear in the box. Like what's the point of all that when there's a much more efficient way to listen to music?
Mm, well, it's like streaming is convenient. You can listen to anything with just a few clicks. But well, with vinyl, it's like a different experience. Well, firstly, you have to actually own the record, which means it's something special, not just a random playlist. And then there's a process. You're gonna take it out from the sleeve, placing it on the turntable, and carefully dropping the needle. It just slows you down and makes you like more intentional about listening.
Hmm.
And well, personally, I think vinyl has a kind of a unique sound. It's a more textured, it got all kinds of little pops and crackles. So it's not flawless, but that's a part of the charm, I think. And the album art. You're
Hmm.
Yeah.
holding a big, beautiful record cover on your hand just adds a lot to your experience, I think. It's physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes like they have posters inside. We can like discuss where to put up those posters. And
Yes.
efficiency isn't always the way to the heart.
Hmm.
Sometimes roundabout ways is how you connect with people.
Yeah, like efficiency isn't always the most important thing. It's not
Yeah.
the answer to everything, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like what Joe said about it slowing down. It slows down the process, right? Like if listening to music should be enjoyable, right? We should slow it down, right? Like sit down and listen to music together and talk to friends, you know?
Yeah.
And for me, like part of the reason because I mean, that's just what I used to do when I was young. I would hang out with my friends and listen to music, right? I mean, mostly CDs in those days. But as I got older, I kind of felt sad that I didn't do that anymore. And I'm like, yeah, I wanted to create an environment where I could do that. And I knew if students start showing up, like I knew we'd have a good time and make friends and blah blah blah. So I've been very happy with how it's been developing. So, hmm.
I agree.
But Hikaru, you were like literally the first student that showed up, I think.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I wasn't, May was there first, but I
Hmm.
guess I was the first student to actually
Yeah,
stick around.
but she was actually working there at the time. You were the first person who like voluntarily came.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
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 I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, she wasn't working for the record club, but she was working in that room, right,
Yeah.
as a TA. So you were the first person who willingly came, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
For many weeks it was, or at least a few weeks, it was just you, right?
I
Hmm.
remember that. Yeah.
Hmm. But yeah, but it's grown over the years, or
Yeah. Yeah. The group and even the collection too, because I remember we only had like four metal records back then.
hmm yeah, we only had like 12 or 15 records total, right? And now we have must be close to 220 records, right? And the collection is ex hopefully going to continue to expand.
Yeah.
Hmm. Joe, when did you first start coming? Like, what was your first memory of?
Mm, well, I think it's the end of my first semester here in SFC. So it's about 1.5 years ago. I think by that time there's like 4 or 5 peoples. I think so. I think I joined at a pretty early stage
Hmm. Hmm.
as well. Yeah.
Sure. And some days it's not a lot of people. Like that's what I want people to understand too. Like it's not like a club that you have to join and you're expected to be there every time. It's kind of a come and go, right? Free space, right? So that
Yeah.
hmm. Um, all right, let's see. Well, any special memories, Hikaru?
Well, I'd say it's probably when we moved places and uh decided to make a wall, and we put, I feel like the first picture we put up was the Dio album,
Hmm. Holy Diver. Yeah.
Holy Diver. Yeah, I feel like that's my most fond memory,
Hmm.
that place.
Yeah, we made a video of that. I think
Yeah,
I might have that
I think
hidden.
yeah, I think I have it too. Yeah.
Maybe I could share that. Yeah, yeah. So we've decorated the walls with album cover art. So we moved from just a table in the one lounge place to our own room, right? In an abandoned room. And we've decorated the walls with album cover art. It's starting to really feel like a record store vibe. Um, Anyone who looks at the Instagram, I think the photos on the Instagram can get an idea of what we're talking about. Yeah, that was a fun day. Hmm.
Yeah.
Joe, do you have any special memories?
Okay, well, I think the moment I entered the record store and started listening to the real vinyl record, that's the most special moment here in the record club. Because well, I've made some music myself and even played in a band before, so I've always considered myself music enthusiastic. But honestly, before I joined the record club, well, I never actually listened to a real vinyl record.
Hmm.
To me, it was just the vinyl record was just some kind of a distant antique. And the record club, it actually opened up a new world for me. And we have an actual record player here, and we just pull the vinyl record on it and start playing it. I think that's a pretty cool. That's a really special experience to me.
Hmm. Hmm. Thank you.
Yeah. And now I'm a vinyl junkie. I have like over 100 records in my room too. So
Yeah. Yeah. So you've bought a lot of records in a rather short time, right?
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
The collection is growing fast.
Hmm. And then do you think it's a hobby you'll continue for many
Oh
years?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like an addiction at this point. Seriously, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad for everything.
Yeah. It's totally addictive. Like whenever
Yeah,
I have free time, I'm like looking, like, okay.
yeah,
What should I get next? Hmm. And we had a great Christmas party, right? That was rocking, huh? So, hmm. And that came about very organically, right? I didn't really have to, like push people to do that. It just kind of came together. So yeah, I think that's cool. If you get people together, right, just spending time together, having fun, kind of magic things happen.
absolutely. I agree.
Hmm. Well, let's see. What do you think? Anything you envision going forward for the future, things we should do? Now we have a YouTube channel and a vlog or a vlog. What else? What would you like to see? Or do you think it's perfect just the way it is?
I mean, everything's always evolving, so I feel like we're gonna keep on adding new things, new elements. But I don't know, maybe we could like take a video of how we hang out, post it on YouTube, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some hangout videos. Hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it might end up being a podcast, but you know.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I want to do have people like introduce albums they like, right? Like
Oh yeah, yeah,
we could do it through here, like through the vlog, like yeah, and just create a whole archive of people doing that. I think would be cool, right?
yeah. People can like pick and choose their favorite albums, like talk about it, you know, holding them
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. We could even film it live, like in the record club, so
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So that's that's something to think about. So, okay. All right. Well, anything you'd like to say in closing?
Well, for the outsiders, if you are even a little curious about the record club, just come and check it out.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Come
it
check.
transcends language barriers. It's as long as you like music, you don't even like the music, you can just like come hang out, talk.
Hmm.
It's it's where people's hearts connect, you know.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. You don't necessarily have to be a music fan or a fan of a certain genre or whatever. Just and you don't even necessarily have to speak English well, right? Is what
Yeah.
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 Yeah, there's a lot of languages that swirl around in that room, and yeah, I think it's all good. So, hmm. All right. Well, thanks for joining me today, and it's a wrap.